That's me. And that's a dolphin on my head. This time we're scuba diving off a boat in Anacapa Island. I always like to swim down from the surface. Look, there are my dive buddies. This sport can be quite dangerous, so you always want to go with a buddy. For this dive, we're going into the Kelp Forest. Here we find an abalone, one of the tasty creatures in the kelp forest. They eat kelp, so we tried to feed it. Next we found a sea urchin and decided to feed it to the fish. A lot of fish actually really like to eat the sea urchins here. Sea urchins are a bit of a pest in the kelp forest. Too many of them can decimate a whole forest. It can be pretty fun to watch a fish feeding like this. For the next dive, my brother was holding the camera. He has a hammerhead shark hood. The hoods we have are the easiest way for us to tell each other apart. So for a more friendlier and safer experience, you can always follow the anchor line from the boat. The anchor line will usually take you to the center of the dive site, so you can go from there and kind of just stay near it. Once you're more confident and comfortable, you can go off and explore further away from the anchor line. Even if you stay in that same area, there's still so much to see. You won't be disappointed. See? I found something. It's a California spiny lobster. If you find these and you want to play with them, just watch out. They usually like to be friends with moray eels because moray eels like to eat octopus. And if you stick your fingers in the holes like this, your hands could actually look like octopus and they might actually bite you. So be careful. It's kind of why I gave up. That orange fish is a California state fish, the Garibaldi. This bigger black-pink fish is a sheephead, and they have very sharp beaks, and they eat crustaceans. So what ended up happening was this lobster got scared from this sheephead, and it swam away. And it happened to swim away into a ball of fish, which is a group of sheepheads here. That lobster did not last long at all. after that was done, we went ahead and continued our dive, and continued to explore the kelp forest. So it's true, California is very special because of these kelp forests. And yes, the water is actually very cold to some people. I'm actually diving in a dry suit, which would require special training, and also generally cost more. But ultimately, the dry suits do keep you a lot warmer than wetsuits. If you want to dive a wetsuit in California, then you need at least a 7mm. You'd also be required to wear a hood, gloves, boots, all of that, just to keep warm. There's a little bit more involved diving in California, but I think just being able to be inside of this kelp forest is magical on its own, and I think it's worth it. The total cost of this boat trip was actually $200. And if you don't have your own equipment, you can rent it for about $75. I personally own everything needed for scuba diving, so all I had to do was just get air fills, which was included in part of the boat. And finally, gas cost me about $40 round trip to and from the harbor. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see in the future. Thank you for watching.